Hi there, students. Dull. Okay, dull is an adjective. You could have dully, the adverb, dullness, the noun of the quality. So, if something is dull, it's boring. So, the English class was really dull. It was not interesting. It was not exciting in any way. The book was rather dull and I just couldn't read it. Yeah, he's a really nice guy, but he's a bit dull. Okay, he's not terribly interesting. You could use this word dull to say that something is not clear, it's not shiny. So the day was dull, yeah? Ticking away the moments that make up a dull day. Dull, without the sun, it's cloudy, so it was a dull day, yeah? The sun wasn't shining. Or I could see a dull light in the distance. Okay, so it's not very bright, not very shiny. Dull is also the opposite of sharp. Okay, a knife can be sharp and it cuts very well, but it could also be blunt. It could be dull. Dull is a synonym of blunt because it doesn't cut well. The knife was too blunt to cut the vegetables. It's a while since I sharpened this knife and it's become dull. You could have a dull sound, a sound that's not sharp, not clear. A dull thud. Boom. Yeah, a dull sound. It's not a clear, sharp sound. Or you could have a dull pain. Yeah, it's not sharp, it's not clear. You can feel a dull ache at the back of your neck. Yeah, there was a dull ringing in his ears. You could even actually use to dull as a verb, meaning to make something less strong, to make it less sharp. So if you've got a headache, you take a paracetamol to dull the pain, or alcohol to dull your senses. Okay, or to dull, making something less clear, less bright and shiny. So when the car was new, it was bright and shiny, but all these years of standing in the sun has dulled its shine. Okay, so dull. The enthusiasm in his eyes dulled. If you use your knife to try to cut stones, you're going to dull your knife. Yeah, the knife had dulled many years before. So dull, not interesting, boring, not exciting. Not clear, not bright, not shiny. A dull, overcast day. A dull sound, a dull knife, a dull ache. Okay, and then to dull, to make less intense. Yeah. You could use dull in a business sense to say that business is slow, business is not very fast. Business was very dull in the morning. It was slow. It went on slowly but surely. To dull, to make less intense. So, yeah, these people are as dull as ditch water. Really boring. You need to wear a suit that it has a dull colour. You can't wear something bright and shiny. He had his hair looked rather dull because he hadn't washed it in weeks. Yeah, I feel a dull pain in my head. There was the dull sound of traffic in the distance. So, somebody who's dull, you say they're not interesting, they're not exciting. I found him dull and boring. Yeah? Okay, somebody who's dull is not very intelligent. They're a bit stupid. He's rather dull-witted or dim-witted. Yeah, not sharp-witted, but a bit dull. A dull colour, a grey, dim colour, not a shiny, bright colour, but a dull grey, not a bright, shiny grey. Um, the film was dull. It went at a very dull pace, not lively or energetic. Yeah, he looked at me dully. Okay. His dullness of mind makes him not suitable for this job. So a dull colour, it's not light, it's not bright, it's faded, it's muted, it's subdued. The light shone dully in the fog. Dull weather when it's cloudy. It was dull and raining. A dull sound is not very clear. Yeah? A dull thud. Muted, faint, suppressed, subdued. A dull feeling. Yeah, a dull ache, a dull pain. It's weak, it's not very intense, it's not very localized. A dull knife doesn't cut, it's blunt. Yeah? Okay, if something dulls, it becomes less intense. The light dulled as it started to rain. In a business, if business is dull, there are not many people, there's not much business going on. So somebody who's dull could be slow to understand as well. So I think that's probably enough. Let's see. Formality. If a dull knife, 5 in formality, use anywhere. Boring, dull, 5 in formality. The embers glowed a dull red, 5 in formality. He's a bit dull-witted, 5 in formality. It's a dull day, 5. I think I'm going to give all of them 5s. So you use dull just about anywhere. And then as to origin, it comes from a Proto-Germanic word, dalaz, meaning foolish, misled, stunned. Okay? So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Dull.